This is Michael Taylor on the South Suburban News podcast, and I have my counterpart, my co-host, Helena. How you doing today?
Oh, I'm great. How are you?
I am doing fantastic, and I want to take this time to kind of talk about what we're featuring in the South Suburban News, right?
Okay, great.
You do read the publication, right?
Yes, I do, definitely.
How many times have you read it?
Every Friday, I get a fresh copy.
You like it?
Yes, I do.
Now, you know, that's only one of our publications. We actually have 13 different publications, well, 14 with the South Suburban News. A lot of people don't know that.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, it's very tiring, but the work is it's a labor of love.
Okay.
But I want to talk about some events that happened over the past week. The Rich Township Democratic Organization had a big gala, right?
Okay.
This is where J.B. Pritzker, our governor, came down to spend some time. Everybody, the who's of the suburbs, the Southland, were there. You know that?
Okay.
Cliff Taylor was there with his wife, Tiff Taylor. The Lieutenant Governor Stratton was there.
Okay.
I mean, Maya Lewis, Anthony DeLuca, State Representative Anthony DeLuca. The honorable mayors were there. Mayor Roger Agpower popped in for a second.
Okay.
Mayor Bernard Alsbury, just to name a few.
Okay.
The who's
The
of
who's
they
who.
were dressed so nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They were dressed good, and they were all. It just was something it was something special.
I hope you took a lot of pictures.
Well, I didn't. I didn't get a chance to go, but we did send a photographer.
Okay, great.
But if people want to see that beautiful spread that we have in the South Suburban News, they can check us out on our website at mytaylormedia.com. Mytaylormedia.com, Helena.
Okay.
They can do that, right? And we want you to do that because we want you to see what we feature. Now, one of the big stories that I think, Helena, because I think you live in the district. So Commissioner Deborah Sims is stepping down, right?
Okay.
Commissioner Deborah Sims is stepping down. So we have two candidates. We have Monica Gordon, who's a Prairie State trustee, and we have the Honorable Mayor Bernard Alsbury. Those two they're ready to go, right?
Okay.
What do you know about those two?
Only about Asbury,
Okay.
and just a little bit about them because I'm not in that city. I live in Country Club Hills, so.
Let me ask you a question. When you think about voting for someone, what do you think about?
My first thing I think about is the integrity of that person.
Okay, go ahead.
And their longevity of what they have done to the community as far. Because
Okay.
you can't just get out there and decide that you want to run for something and have never done anything for the community.
I like that. You got a little snap with that. Go ahead,
Yeah.
keep going. You can't
Because
just
if you have to, if you're going to say you're for the people,
right,
then you have to be doing things for the people.
and that's what you look for.
And that's what I look for.
Well, I like that. Okay, so you can't. I like this. So you really take time to study the people when you see candidates, right?
Yes. Before I vote for anyone, I do a little background. Google.
Research, investigation.
Yeah, Google's my best friend.
I like that.
Yeah.
One of the other stories we have is we have our first African American president of Prairie State College. Can
Really?
you believe that?
Wow.
It's been 100 years. We finally got our first. That's good. They're good people over there, right?
Okay. Yes, they are.
So we got that going. And one of the other stories we have is a new mayor. He's probably the youngest mayor in the state, or maybe even in the United States. He's only 29, 30 years old. His name is Mayor Bryant. Mayor Bryant of Robbins, Illinois, the youngest
I
mayor.
heard of him.
What did you hear about him? Tell me.
Well, I've heard a few good things about him. That he's willing to work with people. He wants to make a change in the community. He wants to go out, get out of the old and come in with the new. So I think that's really good.
Get out of the old and come in with the new.
Meaning with technology.
With technology, bring in technology.
Yes.
How do you feel about technology?
Technology is the way of the world.
Right. So what about people like me? I mean, I'm struggling with technology. I struggle with computers. I got a good friend named Rick Foy that's like Michael. He's like pushing me like, you've got to learn technology. You've got to get your calendar, put, all the stuff. What do you think about that?
I think that's great.
It's going to help me out?
Yes, because that's the way of the world.
It is. I got to catch up.
Yes, definitely.
I got to catch up. So give us the thought for today. Before we sign off on the South Suburban News podcast, give us the thought for the day, the thought for the week. What should people be thinking about?
Well, first and foremost, they should think about giving back.
Okay.
Because if you're going to run for an office, you have to be able to give back and serve your community.
Serve your
You
community.
just can't come out and say, I want to run for something. So let me see what you're talking about. And when you say you're going to do something, be a man or woman of your word and do exactly what you say you're going to do.
You got me a little nervous. So you got to do exactly what you say you're going to do?
That's right.
Who does that? I do some. I'm like, I do some of what I said I was going to do.
Well,
90% count?
90% does count.
Okay, so if you get 90, okay, great,
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Folks, here you have it. This is Michael Taylor and Helena. We're signing off on the South Suburban News podcast. Goodbye.
Goodbye.